Welcome to Immigration Tips and Study Abroad Tips with Rongo Bassi. You are in the right place if you're trying to move abroad and you do not know how to choose the right country for you. Now imagine moving abroad and Japa here, I've moved abroad and you cannot pay your bills. Why did you Japa? You cannot find a good job. Excuse me, why did you Japa? The cost of living is way too high for you. You cannot even afford to pay your rent. You mommy, why did you Japa? And then the immigration process is so complicated. There's no straight pathway, for you to be able to settle in. So let's say, for example, you can't say, okay, in the next 3 years, I become a citizen. You can't say in the next 5 years, I become a citizen. Or in the next 5 years, I have indefinite leave to remain. These are strange things to you, yeah. So it's not every country that you migrate to. No. Just because you heard Japa, you say anyone as I just leave this country. The country that you are is better than some countries. You don't know that, right? Anyways, I don't want to berate anybody, but let's get into why you should choose the right country for you to move abroad and how you should choose the right country for you to move abroad. Stick with me. Okay, because I really like you and I want you to do well, let's get right into it. 7 factors you should consider when trying to choose the right country for you to move abroad. Number 1, job opportunities and economy. Now think about it. Does that country demand your specific skill? Or are you willing to learn the skills that are in demand in that country so that you're able to get a job easily? How's the economy of that country doing anyways? Because you shouldn't move to a country that's poorer than where you were, right? Does it even make sense? It doesn't even make sense. So what you should do is go to job sites, country-specific job sites. For example, LinkedIn. Just go on LinkedIn. Let's say, for example, me like this. Let's say, what would I type? I would say something like privacy lawyer jobs in the USA. Or you can go to Indeed specific country websites. So like Indeed.USA, Indeed.UK, for example. And just check. If you're a nurse, type nurse. Look at it. Look at how much they are paying nurses. Look at different things that... Oh my God, this is so funny. Look at different skills that you need to get to become a nurse in the UK, for example. So you're a nurse in Nigeria. What are the certifications that you need to do? What are the exams that you need to write to be able to get your PIN in the UK, for example? So that you don't come and be frustrated. You don't come here and be frustrated. Don't move abroad and be frustrated. It is wrong. It is wrong for you to move abroad and, you don't have a clear plan. Number 2, you should be thinking about the immigration policies of the country. Let's say that the countries do not welcome visitors. For example, they don't want you to stay. For example, they just want you to study and pack your bag and leave. Or they want you to study and only the brightest minds can stay. Or you're not able to easily move with your family. Let's say you have a family. What are you going to do there? Or you don't have a clear pathway. For example, you say, okay, if I stay here and I'm a permanent resident for like 3 years, I'd be able to get my passport. If it's a passport that you're looking for, I'd be able to get my indefinite leave to remain. I'd be able to bring my family over. Okay, this and that can happen. If you haven't checked that, why are you moving to that country? And then you will now say, they no give me paper. And then you become illegal. See, it is already difficult living as somebody who has papers, correct papers though, abroad, as a stranger in a foreign land. Life is already difficult. Don't complicate it for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you use visitor's visa and then you come and run. You will suffer. Let me tell you a story. So I think this was sometimes in 2019. A young guy reached out to me on Instagram. He was our client, right? And then he asked us that he wanted to move abroad. I told him, I said, okay, that's fine. We can work with you. He came back a few weeks later, right? And then he said, I've gotten visitor's visa to the Netherlands. And that his friend who lives in Belgium told him, when you come to the Netherlands, run. I told him, if you don't want to suffer, do not run. If you're visiting the Netherlands, visit and then pack your bags and leave. We're working on something for you. Yeah, you would be able to move. What did we do for him? We guided him through getting a scholarship, fully funded scholarship to the Netherlands. After studying, this young man was able to find a job at a top agency in the Netherlands. Now compare him with that his friend who ran away to Belgium, ran in Belgium. If you run away on a visitor's visa, it would take a lot of years to be able to rectify that situation. It is not advisable to do that. There are legal ways of moving and staying in a country. Take the legal route. That will help you. It will save your life. Imagine being sick and you're not able to go to the hospital. Imagine not being able to fly home. Imagine having to, some countries actually even link their bank accounts to their social insurance numbers. So you are living in a country, you don't have a social insurance number just because you're illegal. You could have just done the right thing. Some of you have the money, but you just don't have the right information. Please do your research. Number 3, cost of living and taxes. Do not move to a country that you work only to pay rent and buy food. How are you going to save? Do you not have plans for your life? Do you not want to buy a house? Do you not want to buy a car? Do you not want to send money home? There's black tax. So, I mean, as far as you're black, right? There is black tax, and you you cannot escape your village people. You've got to send them some money, you know. I mean, do it wisely, but you understand what I mean, right? So you cannot say you move to a country and you're earning just a couple thousands, and that couple thousands, it's gone in tax. The feeding, you cannot even feed well. In short, you cannot even cook every Sunday rice and stew. Why did you move? Tell me why you moved. I will flog you. I will flog. Don't try it. Do not try it. Don't move to somewhere that you cannot work and then pay your bills and have something small for yourself. Now, I understand the concept of starting small. Everybody started small. I myself did. But even in my starting small, I was able to pay my rent. I was able to contribute to food. I was able to buy clothes. I was able to save small money for the future. Because, I mean, you've got to get a future plan. You can't just move to a country and say, anyhow, let's just go. I mean, we will take it as it comes. That behavior is not permitted. You cannot come across this video and remain the same. Change your behavior. You need to plan. Number 4, education and family support, especially if you have kids. Imagine that you and your husband are working 12-hour shifts and you've got 4 children, all under the ages of 8. And you're not able to pay for childcare because you're working shift job, small job. Number 2, you're not able. Oh my God. You don't have support at all to be able to, let's say for example, your sister is not in the country, you know, for you to tell your sister, your good sister, only don't drop your children with just anybody. So you can't pack up your children and tell your sister, oh, please come pick them up. Maybe you're not working today, you know, and tomorrow maybe you do the same for your sister. I mean, life is, you need to reciprocate love, right? And then you're not even able to afford childcare. You're not even able to afford your school fees, no matter how hard you work. Tell me, what are you doing in that country? Okay, why did you not consider a scholarship before coming? You really want to study abroad. There are 1,001 scholarships for you to apply to. It just takes applying. Why are you stressing yourself? Anyways, let's move to number 4, safety and quality of life. Some countries are rough. That's how you go, they'll now shoot you. They say you died because they shot you abroad. They'll now be looking, God forbid, God forbid, but say God forbid. Go to a country that is safe for you, that you feel safe in, that you can walk on the streets without looking over your shoulders. I mean, I understand that your security and safety, you know, is your responsibility. So, for example, you should know, like, if you're in a place that, you know, it gets a bit, maybe you don't work late and all of that. But why are you even choosing that kind of place now? You can choose better. You can do better. I'm urging you, for your own sake, to do better. Number 6, language and cultural adaptation. This is what I've experienced it firsthand. I moved to a certain country first, right? Because that's where I got a fully funded scholarship to go to. And let me just quickly say, your country of entry does not have to be your country of destination. You can enter through, for example, scholarship with one country. Sit there, plan your life, work out a plan, yeah, and then move to another country. So I moved to this country, they don't speak English. But on the surface of it, right, you know, the giving vibes that, okay, we speak English, we're highly multicultural. Try finding a job. It was tough. It was really tough. You know, you will try to speak the language a little, they'll say, oh, your language level is not enough. Have it in mind. Have it in mind. Have a plan. So if you move to countries that don't speak English, right, before moving, have you started learning the language? These are things that I didn't know before moving. That's Duolingo, for God's sake. Use Duolingo and start learning the language. Look for people that you can practice with on the internet. There are all of these things. Start learning that language before you move. It will really help you settle in. How about your culture? Have you read about it? You know, you like Owambe and party every day. It doesn't mean that every country, you know, has space for you to do Owambe and party every day. There are people who just like, you know, very laid back life, you know. They don't like all of those kind of things. And you'll be looking all sort and out of place if you're not behaving right. Anyways, I come to my very last point, which is weather and climate. If you cannot stand the cold, if you have a health condition that does not allow you to stay in a cold area, why are you moving to a cold country? Can you not find a warm country? Like, are you going to be locked up inside every day? If cold is not your thing and you don't think you can adapt, why are you moving to a minus 36 degrees country? Why? Tell me why. All because you just want to move abroad. There are different places. You can go somewhere warm. You can move to somewhere warm and still have your life. Don't go to somewhere that today, tomorrow, earthquake is shaking everywhere. They say you went under because of the earthquake. Did you not think about it? Now, if I hope that I have started you out thinking, and I'm not here to bash any country, and I'm not telling you that one is good or the other is not good, you know. But I am saying, have a plan. Do your research before you move. Do not just move. Please do yourself that favor. Do not just jump into any plane and go anywhere. Have a plan. Choose a country depending on what you prioritize, what is important for you. I hope I made sense. Anyways, like, comment, and share this video if you enjoyed it or found it useful. Share it with somebody who you think might find it useful. Bye-bye. Thank you for today.